What's around, everybody? Today's shadow work number is number 38. Is reactivity. So if you are seeing this sigil, you are currently emotionally reacting instead of responding, and you're not seeing why you are reacting in the way that you are. And this could also be what's going on with the moon, so maybe you should check in with moon that you're seeing this in. As people, we only react when we feel deeply threatened. The reality is that you feel unsafe and at risk in this scenario. In some way, when we feel threatened, our survival mechanisms take over our capacity to objectively view or understand the situation at hand. So let's remove the feelings and let's look at it as is. This mechanism makes us act immediately, aka act up, aka the willy slap. We react in order to avoid, postpone, or nullify the threat of loss. Like a gunshot shooting off a bullet, we act so quickly that we make serious mistakes, which affects our lives. And we can't take back. So take some time to really look at how you're reacting to things. How is that affecting you internally? And how is that affecting everything around you, just based on you shooting that gun at will? Now, people could say, well, isn't at will good? It depends on the percentage level of what you're given, what you're receiving, what your intentions are, right? Most importantly. But if you're seeing the sigil, the threat in the circumstances in which you find yourself is not as imminent or as big as you think it is. It may not even be there at all, right? The mind playing tricks on you. The ghetto boys. But the idea of that threat is causing you to think, say, and do things that are making the problem much bigger than it was to begin with, right? Making a mountain out of a molehill. And more reactive you get, the more bigger the problem, right? The more bigger the aura. Now, aura, people use that word as like a positive thing. But, you know, why do dogs come after, you know, other humans? Or why do other animals fly away when you come around? Or people move away from you when you come around? Because some auras are not good. So, anytime you are reacting, you are on the defense. And you know this, right? This means we have a real vulnerability. You know, you're open. It's like you're naked. You know? And you got to look at yourself and you got to ask, what is your vulnerability? What are you really afraid of? What is really painful in this scenario? In this scenario, it is critical to stop, right? Especially for the fire signs, especially for the air signs. Stop, mutable signs. Slow things down and do nothing. Okay, ready? I'm going to do that again. Let me clear my throat. Let me clear my throat. Okay. Stop, slow things down, and do nothing until you are no longer in an emotional changed state of being. Okay? When we walk into a lake, often we stir up the mud at the bottom of the lake, and this clouds the water so we can't see clearly. We need to stand completely still and wait for the mud to settle to the bottom of the water in order to see clearly. The mud in the water in this scenario, number 38, is to change emotion in your body. Do not act until the mud has settled. Do not act until the fog has disappeared. Do not act until you have got yourself together. Okay, even if you have to say, excuse me while I go to the gentleman's room, excuse me while I go to the ladies' room, right? And get yourself together. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, okay? This is coming a hip-hop reading. Anyway, by slowing things down, right, and refusing, we know what refusal looks like, right? We refuse things every day. So use that when it comes to getting yourself right. Refuse to act until the stirred up emotional mud has settled. You are giving yourself a chance to come out of fight or flight mode and see the situation from an objective standpoint. Let's see the situation as if the sun was looking at it. Let's see the situation from a bird's eye view. Let's see the situation from a one-eye view. Let's see the situation from a first-eye view. All right? This is not emotional at all. You can then respond according to that, more objectively understanding what you have done and now how to react to it, or what the other person has done and now you know how to react to it because you have let that mud settle to the bottom and now you can see clearly. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Okay, a reaction is instantaneously, right? We know how that is. We know, okay? And is therefore driven by the subconscious mind. This means it is driven by past traumas, beliefs, biases, prejudice, any kind of bodily functions, primitive, I can never say that word, primitively. Because it is a function of the subconscious, you do it without thinking. Response, however, is driven by the conscious mind. So check the conscious mind. Okay? It's quick to fire, as you can see. Right? It's like a gun. What you want to do is you want to sit still, right? Let the water settle, let the mud settle, let it all be clear again. And then that's when you're going to go ahead and respond. So when you do this, it will benefit you to spend time accepting in the energy of number 38, as well as coming to an understanding in its message as well. So you are being asked to respond, not react. Okay? Respond. Have a wonderful day and night. This is your shadow work number 38.